Good evening to everybody. My name is Timothy. This night, we want to continue our class, our training on deep learning with Python. Today is May 16th, 2024. Let me introduce the tutor to you in person of Ayobami Salau. Ayobami is tutoring us through this class, this night, and let's enjoy him. Ayobami, please take over the class.
Good evening, everyone. So we're going to be going into the practical aspect tonight. So this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to introduce us to how to annotate uh, images using an annotation tool. So, but the one we are going to be looking at tonight is going to be called the Label IMG tool. So, first of all, before we install it, there are ways to install the Label IMG tool. So, you must have what they call Anaconda Navigator. So, I want to ask us, do we have Anaconda Navigator? Because it's part, I want everyone, because this is going to be a practical class. I'm going to be doing it as I'm doing it. So, just to carry us along.
Yes.
So, now I want us to open. I'll do some things so you understand what I'm trying to say now. So I'm coming. I'm coming. So I'm going to share my screen just now. Just one moment, please. So this is what I'm going to do. I'll just try to.
Yeah, the record is ongoing, please.
Okay.
Mr. Kim,
Yes,
I think the volume is that thing is coming from you.
sorry.
I've muted him. So
The sound is still okay. So I'll continue now. So we want to talk about a particular tool that can be used to annotate, and it has annotation YOLO annotation. So, and it has some other types of annotation, and it's called the label IMG annotation tool. So it can be used to label or annotate our images before we actually carry them to use them inside the architecture we want to use to train them. So now this is the repository, the GitHub repository for the label IMG. So and these are some um, instructions about the installation, but we are not going to be talking about this. We can use Docker to install. We can install it on Docker. We can install it on Windows and Anaconda. We can install it on Windows ordinarily. So, and we can install it on Mac OS. We can install on Ubuntu, Linux. So those are the distance. But the one we want to consider is the Windows plus Anaconda. So that's why we said you have to download and install Anaconda Navigator, and you will have to open the Anaconda prompt. And there are some things that we are going to do. So these are the instructions we will strictly follow as regarding to that. All these are the instructions we'll follow. So, and I'll show us how it's been done. But before then, you have to go to this particular link, this link that you're seeing here. So you have to let me copy this link. I want everyone to be doing what I'm doing exactly, so we can actually follow along. So, but when we are done with the class, if you are stuck or anything, you can continue or you can watch the video. So I already sent the link to the WhatsApp group. So okay, good. So I think we see that, right? Okay. So now after that, the next thing to do is you are going to right click on this, or we click on this, and you click on download zip. You can see, go to click on download zip. So I'm going to download. So, but I don't need to download it again because I have downloaded it. So I'm canceling it. So it automatically shows that you are already downloading. When you click here, you click on download zip. So that's for that. And after it is done downloading, you have to go to your directory. Maybe it is in your download. You extract it just this way. Okay, for illustration purpose, let me just do that. So it won't take me anything. Just to let me download it again. Okay, so it's downloading. I'll just download it again. I hope you are seeing what I'm doing.
So we should
Yeah, I'm lost.
download.
I'm lost.
So we're going to wait for it to download. So after it has downloaded and we extract it, yes, are we downloading it already? Everyone should be doing what I'm doing exactly. So
So it's
just want
from
us
the
to
zip
follow
file
because
from
if
the
there's
code
any
section.
issue, yes, code. Just this way. Code, you click on code, then you click on download zip. That's what we are going to do.
Sorry, sir. I have a question.
Yeah, okay. I'm with you, sir. So my download is done. Yeah, if you have any question, you can ask your question now. So it's going to be an interactive session throughout. Is anyone asking question or not? Who is asking question? Okay.
But
Maybe
somebody
we
is
don't see
saying he
any
has a
question.
question now. Who is the person, please?
Yes, exactly. So the best you ask.
Please proceed.
Okay. So I would have to uh, open my file manager just to be able to have access. So I'll click on document. Yeah. Okay. So I'll go to downloads. So on my download here, I have the label IMG. So then I'll click on extract files. So I hope we are doing the same thing. So I'll click on extract files. So then it's going to extract the files. I'm going to wait for it to extract. Okay, done. So now, since I wait for it to extract, so this is it. So, but this particular folder that you're seeing that I've extracted, it's just the same structure, just the way it is here. as you are seeing it, you can see you have .github but there's something that we need to do, which I'm coming. Sorry, please. So if you have done that, you need to download extract, and then I will show us the next thing to do. So I'm waiting for okay. Now, so these are the instructions that we'll likely follow. As we'll be using label img2 for annotating all images to do. So we will need to install Anaconda Navigator first.
Somebody is having
That's
a
one thing we
question.
need to do.
Mr. Samuel, what's
Yes,
your
sir. Thank
question?
you, sir.
All right.
Please, github.com.
Sir?
Your question is not clear here, please, because we are recording. So let your question be clear.
Okay, hello. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir,
You
I
said
can hear
to
you,
get
sir.
back to the practical. You sent a link that github.com slash
Yes,
human.
sir.
So am I going to initiate an Anaconda before I use that link, or I should just
No,
direct?
I will explain to us. I just wanted us to download whatever is here first. You
Okay,
can
with
see,
that
like
link.
I said, you download this and it shows in your download just this way. In your file manager, just like this, you extract it. You need to extract it. You are extracting this file. You can see it's a zip file. This is it. We are extracting it. So after I've extracted, this is it. So I'm just showing us the way what is inside the file. Here, inside this folder that we downloaded is the same thing that is on GitHub. Here, you can see. So it was uploaded there. So and I said I'll teach us how to use GitHub. GitHub is a place where we can, we can put all the work we have done, commit all the changes, update. So and it's going to be there forever. So if your system crashes or anything happens, every of your work is safe on GitHub since you have already put it there. So that's one of the reasons. And one thing there is that GitHub is a place whereby you can actually have access to a lot of resources, the work that different people have done relating some certain topics or certain projects or anything at all. So, and also as a data scientist, you need to have a GitHub account to that it boosts flexibility and use because as you're writing your code, it's when you commit it. So in case anything happens, you can actually go back and look in time and see what you wrote 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes. So that's just one thing about it. That's not the discussion for tonight. So what we just do is developers for annotate and we already extracted the folder and we now want to install this label img2. We want to install it so that we can use it. So that's what we are trying to do here now. So that's why I say we should extract it. So now after the extraction, we come to this place, we type another type anaconda prompt. So you can see this anaconda prompt. We
Question,
just click on it.
observation, sir.
Yes, sir.
Observation, sir. That link is not loading. Maybe you can just help us to check it.
It is loading. It might be it's
It
because of
has
network.
loaded. Check your
It's
network.
network from your side, sir. So it is loading.
Okay.
So we open Anaconda prompt. So when you open it, this is what's going to happen. So I'm waiting for my own to load in time. So I hope you can see what I'm sharing us, my Anaconda prompt. So I'm going to wait for it to come up. But before then, this is just what we are trying to do. We are going to create an application environment for us to be able to have access to the label IMG2. So that's what we are going to do. So, and for at first, when you try and install or you want to activate the application environment, it might tell you or give you some errors. So we are going to talk about how to correct that. So I'm coming. So I'm waiting for my Anaconda prompt to come up. So I don't know if have we downloaded the folder and extracted them?
Yes.
Okay, good. So and have we opened our Anaconda prompt?
Yes.
Okay, good. So
No,
For me,
anyone that does not have Anaconda Navigator, you don't need to bother yourself. When we are done, you go and watch the video because that won't have the time to wait for you to install your Anaconda Navigator to take to take. So next thing you need to do is this. You need to come here. You now say activate application environment. So I will hit
sorry, do you
enter.
want us to do it in the terminal?
Yes, in the Anaconda front terminal. Yes, exactly. That's what we are going to do.
Okay. Okay.
So it's a practical listening. So I want you to do that. So as I'm doing it, you do it. So have we done that? So I will hit enter. So that me hitting enter, it's going to the application environment. So I'm no longer in the base. So I'm now in the application environment. But in some certain case, or in your case, it might give you an error. And it might give you this type of error. It might say environment not found. Could not find Conda environment, which is application environment. So it might say you can list all discoverable environments with Conda info. So if it's showing you this error, so I don't know if anyone giving this error.
Sorry, this file is in the document we downloaded.
No. This was when I actually documented this, so that we're able to follow through during the installation. So these are the things that we need to follow. So I've things that might be the problem or might be the things that we encounter. So I've noted them down, and so I'm just trying to use this to teach us and explain how to install. So, but after the training for tonight, I'm going to send it to the group so you can have access to it. So have we done this? So what is it showing us? Is it showing us error and not found? So is there anyone?
Sorry, I'm trying to do it from my
Okay.
terminal.
No, not terminal. Anaconda prompt. That's what I say we should open. You can see this. Anaconda prompt.
I'm using Mac, and it's just taking me directly to Anaconda. So I don't know where to get my prompt from Anaconda.
Okay, this is it.
My
So if you are using Mac, that
yes.
means because this is for Windows. What I'm doing is for Windows. It's
Okay.
for on Windows with Anaconda. So, but if it is for Mac, this is the way you are going to do it. This is just the way you are going to do it. So you have to follow this step.
Okay. It's in the
So you have to
readme.
follow this step. Yeah. Yes, sure. So you have to
Okay.
follow this. So, but you don't need to follow us again because I'm not using Mac. I'm using Windows. So now, if it's not giving us such issue by saying application environment not found, So, but if it is giving us that issue, is saying application environment not found or environment not name not found. So the next thing we need to do is to create. We are going to create the environment. You know, we are trying to say we want to create an application environment, and it is saying that the environment, and the way we can know that it is not being found is by using that info environment. This conda info environment is going to allow us to have let's put it this way. It's going to allow us to have so this is going to list all the environment within the Anaconda. So I'm waiting for it to load. So basically, it's going to show me this one. It's going to show me base, show me R tutorials. So it's going to show me these two. So and it's now going to show me the last one, which is this one, which is application environment, because I've created it. It is within my Anaconda environment. So it's going to show it. So you can see it. This is just what I'm saying. So it has shown it here, saying base, application environment, showing me that this is exactly where I am now. So this is just the way to where I am now be here. So that's that again. So I use conda create application environment, and Python is equals to 3.8. So this is just what you are going to type. So if it's saying environment name not found, you type this, you put it in your terminal. So when you put it there, it's going to go ahead and collect package metadata, and it's going to create the environment for you. So and it's going to tell you that okay, the environment directory, the Anaconda directory, the Anaconda this to be installed. So you say yes. So let me just do that so we can see what I'm trying to say. So let me say conda create this. So if I do this, so if I try to create this, it's going to say warning. You can see the conda environment already exists at this. Remove existing environment. So it's showing me that it is there already. So I'll say no. I don't want to remove it. So saying conda system exit. So but let me try and use another name. Let's try and use another name. Let's say um, application environment. Let's say application environment one. So and let us try and do that. So it's going to try and download. You can see now saying collecting package metadata. So which is going to do saying solving environment. So this is just the way to do it. So I just want to go to the point where we show us how to load the annotation to afresh. So it's taking time. It's going to take some time. So we're just going to wait some a few minutes for it to just come up.
Sorry, while we are waiting for that, for me, I'm trying to see the since I don't know what we are trying to download. So I tried to do the visual environment.
The visual, I don't understand visual environment. How?
The link or the GitHub,
Instruction.
the
Mm-hmm.
instruction, instead of using the terminal and the macro, I use the terminal, but the visual environment. Should I follow what is written here?
Yes, exactly. You follow this, and this is saying Python 3 plus Qt5. So you must have Qt. You must first of all install Qt first.
Yes,
So
they
or you
say
use
successfully
pip.
install PYQT5C 12.130.
Yes, so you have to install that. So before you can actually make use of the annotation tool. So you just you know what will happen. I
Hmm.
think we will actually get an instruction for the Mac OS. So and I'll specifically put
I
it on the
use the
group chat.
last one, Python 3 visual environment
Yes,
recommended.
yeah, you can
That's
use
what
that.
I copied that, and that's what I use. So it installed PYQT5.
Qt5, yes.
But after that, it's not saying image PY, no such file or directory. After installation, I think it's trying to run another
Okay, wait,
thing.
wait, wait. Did you? Okay, is it all these old codes you put there?
Oh no, not this one, this next one.
This one?
No, not that one. The Python 3 visual environment recommended. Under the yes, this
Okay,
one, yeah.
this.
Yes, I just copied from that copy thing.
Okay, that means that first of all, if you are using Python 3 virtual environment, so you have to first of all install Python 3 first. Have you done this?
Python 3 in my on my system.
Okay, but can you just run this just to be sure? You
Okay,
have
I'll
to run
just
this. Yes,
I'll
run
check the
this.
version of Python I have now.
Exactly.
How
So
do
because that also is a determining factor. So
Python?
this is going to waste a lot of time. So just not to. I think let me exit this, please.
I have
So
Python 3.9.6.
3.9, right?
3.6, yeah.
Okay. Just okay. Since you have that, just to make sure, you can do this again. Just to make sure, then you actually do this as well.
I should do it
This
one
will be
one
the
one.
next one. Yes, it is one after the other. It's not the
Did it
same time.
together.
Yes, one after the other.
Okay.
So this I'll go back to this. Like I was saying, just to not to waste time. So let me use this. Um, oh, sorry. Application environment activate. So I'm going to activate this. So I'm going to okay. So now since I've activated that, and the next thing I'm going to do is this is if you don't have it, just like I said, you say you use create conda, yeah, conda create n minus n, the name of the environment just the way it is here. So you are going to do that. So it's going to download. So it's going to ask you if you want to proceed with installing some packages. So you say yes you by typing y. So you just type y. It's going to show this. It's going to install pip, OpenSSL, Python, SQLite, and so on and so forth. So it's going to do that for you. So now after you have done that, then you can now activate it. You need to activate it. So you're going to say conda activate. So you say conda activate. So after you have done conda activate. Next thing you have to do is you have to install pyqt is equals to 5. Yes. So the version 5. So you type this. So you copy this and you what? You paste it inside this place here. So if I put it here, sorry. Let me put this back. I've not copied it. So if I hit enter, so I've already installed it before, but it's just going to try and install it again for me, or it's going to tell me that I already have it. So that will just be that will just be the case. So, but when I try to install it, it's going to um, try and download it and install it. So it's going to give me, it's going to download all of this. All these packages are inside the PyQt. So what it will use, so and it's going to download up to 2.7 MB total. So and it's going to install everything. So and it's going to ask you to proceed, and it's going to download and install everything. So now after that has been done, after you can see say all requested packages already installed. Then the next thing is you have to install LXML. You have to conda install it. So you have to install that, which is this conda install minus anaconda XML. Okay, then LXML. So you put it. So you run this. It's going to say collecting packages, solving environment. So then already have it installed because I've done that before. So it's going to tell me I've installed it. So I'm just going to wait for it. So I've so far so good for the person that is using Mac. So have you been able to run the pip install pip environment? Okay, so this is what it's telling me. So it's asking me, do I want to uh, do I want to proceed? I'll just say yes. So wait, yes, say downloading and extracting packages. So you can see it's downloading and extracting. I've already done all this before. So it's verifying, executing. So all these are things that, so that's why I'm saying that we should be doing it. So is there anyone that is following what I'm doing? Anyone doing the same thing that I'm doing? Problem. So after this, the next thing to do is just to come here. So let's put it this way. Okay. So now the next thing now to do is this: is that we're going to, this folder that this coin. We downloaded this zip file, so and we extracted it. Is that not it? So the extracted file. Now this is what's going to happen. We are going to make sure that we put it in our users directory. My own, I copied it. I'm going to show us the way I did it. So let me come to this place. So we are going to copy this. Just let me show you. So after extracting, I will come here, I will double click inside it, I will say Control C, which let me just right click. So I'll say copy. So then after I have copied it, I'll go ahead, I'll go to my PC. It's going to show this PC. So then I'll go to my local disk. After going to my local disk, I'll go to users. After going to users, I'll go to HP. So now after I entered the HP environment, I'll paste it there. So I'm just going to paste it there, but I'm not going to paste it because I've done that already. I just say paste. So after pasting, it's going to show this that it is already in this directory. You can see. So which is already in this directory as I'm seeing it, users HP. You can see it. So, and which if I still go inside of it, is to show me this way, just like this, the way it is here. And mind you, since it is already there, so where I am currently is HP in my directory, just the way it is here. So for me to be able to use the label IMG tool, I have to make sure that I am in that directory, CD, then label BEL, IMG, then hyphen master. So I have to enter inside this directory. So that's one thing that I have to do. So I'll just hit enter. So now you can see that I have moved up a directory. So which this is the directory. So you have to be in this directory. So and the next thing to do is that we can now list or see things that are in that directory. For example, if I want to see it, I can say dir just to be sure that all these files that is here that we are seeing them. So, and the way to be sure is to type directory dir, then I hit enter. Now you can see it is showing me I have this file just the way it is there. You can see GitHub, build tools, data, demo, libraries, and it is showing everything. So it is showing us so that we are exactly in that directory. So then after that, the next thing that we need to do is to now come here and say that we need to type this, what is called pi resource, pi r cc5 o resource.py. So we'll put in this particular command. So we have to just run this command. So when we run this command, it's going to actually create a particular file for us. I'll show us what it's going to create for us. So just for us to be sure. So where are we? Let's go to our C. Okay, sorry. Let me go back. So if we go there, now what we are trying to say that thing should do for us is this, is that it should create these two files. That it should create these two files. That's saying it should create a file called that it should create a file called resources.py. That it should create this file, resources.py. And noting before that this resources.qrc is already exists in that folder. So if you look at this, the qrc, you see resource.qrc. This resource.qrc that you are seeing here that is inside libraries, originally is going to be here. It's going to be here. The resource.qrc is going to be here in this directory. When you open the label img.master, just the way I'm opening it here, just the way I open it now, it's going to just show it that the resource.qrc is here. So if we run this particular line of command, if we run this to use this resource.qrc to create this resources.py file. So if you hit enter, it's going to create that file. Just me hitting this enter is going to do that. I don't want it to give us an error. So now it's saying file does not exist, which is resource.qrc. And the reason is because I've already moved it, like I said. The only thing that can just be there is the resource.py, but it's not going to be here because the code will not run simply because the resources.qrc is not there. So we are assuming that the resource.qrc is here. So it's going to use it to create this resource.py, which is this, which is here, resource .py, this Python file is going to create it. So after you run that, it's going to show you this that it has run. Let me show us what it's going to. Okay, sorry. So this is what it's going to show us. Just a minute. Okay, sorry. It shows this. So it's just going to show that it has run, and it's going to move to this part again. So it's just going to move to this part. So it's going to show, if you run this, it's going to show us that it has run, and it's going to move to this part, to this directory where we are. Then the next thing to now do is we are going to now highlight, because it's going to be here that the resource.krc file and the Python file is going to be. So we are going to cut the two files. We are going to cut it and paste it inside this library folder. So because this is where we need it, we are going to paste it inside the library folder, and we can see that it is here. That was what I did. I pasted it inside this folder, so it is here. So after that, I have done that. The next thing I need to do is I have to now run the label img annotation tool, because it is now ready to be used. So if I run it now, I'm going to run this. I'm going to so it's going to initiate it. I say Python label img.py. So it's going to run it for me. It's going to come up now. You're going to see it now. So just
We have less than
second.
3 minutes for this class to end, and through after that, I will give another link to continue. Thank you.
Okay, sir. So I'm waiting for this coming up. Okay. So I'm just trying to, okay, saying premature in the document. So I'm waiting for this to come up. It's not supposed to take longer. Okay, good. So can we see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, no, now you can see that the label img2 has come up just now. So this is just it. So this is the way it looks like. So I'm going to explain how it works and how we can use it and what is being used for. So now this is what it is. Now, friends, this is okay. Before I do anything, let me just show something. So let me just do this. So you can annotate any image that you want to annotate. So let me just go to this site. Okay, let me see. I have any image here. There is no image here. It loads. So okay, so let me just come to this place. Okay, let me just click this folder. So I'll just select this folder. So now, do you see what we have here? So we have this. So this is just a donut. So I'll just use this as an example. Yeah. So if I want to annotate, all I just need to do is just click on create rectangular box. So I just click on this. Then you can see this is moving. I can hover around. But if I want to use I'm going to do this. Then you can see something popped up. I can just say this is what a donut. So this was a donut. So then I'll just say okay. So when I say okay, so it already shows that this is a donut. So and I can still create another rectangular box on it. So I can put this here. So I can say this is a, let me say, a defect. I'll put it there. So you can see showing me the defect and showing me the image. You can see. So now there's something I can do here. So one thing there is that I already have this, and if I want to save this, now one thing there is I can choose YOLO annotation because most especially we'll be dealing with the YOLO. So there are other ones. There is Pascal VOC, but the one that is actually very okay that you can understand that actually has to do with creating bounding box is YOLO. So as I have it there, the next thing I will just do is I'll say save. So if I save this now, if I save this, so it's going to show me that it has saved. So it's saying it's going to come up now that it has saved. I was trying to wait for it. Just wanted to save. So I'm gonna wait some few minutes for this to respond. I don't know why it's in this way. So, well, basically, what we are going to do is I'm just going to click on save, and it's going to save the image. So, but one thing, because there's a reason it's doing this, and I've annotated these images before, so it might want to try and overwrite them. So that might be the reason. So let me just try to put it this way. She's taking more time. Okay, let me do it this way, just to be very fast. Let me cancel this. Let me just close it. I'm just going to close it. I don't know why it's taking much more time. Okay, I think it's already closed. So I'm going to run it again so it can come up. Okay, now it has come up again. So
Yes, sir.
let me, yes, sir.
Maybe you should bring up an image you are yet to work on.
All right, that's what I want to do just now. So let us try and download the image. Let's download image of people. Okay. Okay, so we are just going to, I'm trying to look for something we can use to create bounding boxes. So now let's download this, and this would make more sense, basically. So I'm going to download this. I'm going to say save image as So we're just going to save this just here. So we already saved that. So let us go to our label img. So this was where we stopped. So I'm just going to click on open to be able to select that particular image from my download directory. So we called it label img test. I'm going to click on open. So now you can see it's showing us this image. So then I can create a bounding box. So can just come here to create bounding box this person's face. I can see this is, let's say this is John Nick. So this is Nick. Then create another bounding box again. Say this is Jessica.
Sorry, sir.
So this
Excuse
is
me, sir.
Jessica. Yes,
Please, sir. The bounding box. Where did you get it again?
this was where I got the bounding box. Yeah, create box. You see that?
No, sir. Where? Left or right?
This side here. You can see my mouse.
By the
Yes, sir. Yes,
left,
sir.
by
Yeah,
the
you click
left,
on
by
create
the
box.
left.
Okay. Okay.
Create
Okay. Okay. Okay.
box.
Okay.
Do you see
Okay.
it? Create box. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir. Thank.
you can say this is Laura. Just give them, and then we can say just come here again. Create another box. Just come here. It's John. Come here. You create bounding box. So this is just the way to create bounding box. So well, the one we are using is YOLO annotation, so to say. So you can say this is Jane, and we can adjust it. You can see. You see? So you can adjust it, you can drag, you can see it. Just where I'm doing it here. So you can drag, you can adjust. So we have that. Then we can have, say, can overlap this on this just to show. You can adjust this to cover face well. Just adjust, you can drag it, you can see, and drag it around. So I have it this way. So then the next thing is I can come here as well and put an annotation for this guy's face. So yeah, so you have this. I can adjust this just this way. So then I can annotate these two people's face. Yeah, and come here. Just give them different names. So show different annotation. And I think this is the last person here. So so now you can see that we have everything here, so to say. So now we have annotated all these faces, and one thing there is this is that we can export the annotation as YOLO extension so that we can use it to train to train and to create bounding boxes when we want to actually identify these faces later. You can see it's showing different colors based on the different names I've given them. You can see it. So now if I click on save, yeah, I can click on save. I'll just say save. So now that save button, it allows me to save it. So now you can see it's already saving here. So you can say, I'll just say save. So I just want it to save. So now let me now go and check it if it is exactly where we want it to be. So I'll just go to my download directory. So now you can see that this is it. So it's already showing me this way. So this is the annotation, the exported annotation. So it's showing me already. So I'm just going to click on it to open it so you can see just the way it looks like. Now, this is it. So now if you look at this, and we compare it with the number of faces here, we have 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 faces. And if you look at this, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now this is what I call the label ID. It gave it label ID 15 for the first person, which is this was the first face we annotated, which is Nick. So if I remove this, I've removed the annotation. You can see I can no longer see Nick's face, but if I put it back, so I can see it. So now this is what I call YOLO annotation. So in YOLO annotation, it shows the class ID, it shows the height, the width, and the length and the center for the image, the annotated image, so that we can use to create a bounding box. So these are just bounding boxes created for this particular image. And not only just that, YOLO annotation is very, very good. So it helps in object detection, object classification, and you can use YOLO also to train different models, segmentation, classification, detection, and so on. So, but in tonight's class, we just wanted to show you what um, labeling tool looks like, how we can use it. And not only just that, the labeling tool, the exported file is this. And we can see the classes that actually follow. So this is the classes. These are the classes. So it's showing the classes. So these are the recent ones that I added. So this is showing what? This is showing Nick, Jessica, Laura, John, Jane, Snowy, Mubarak, Seral, Jonas, and JD. So these ones are already there automatically. So maybe if you want to annotate, you have a dog, you annotate image that has dog, person, cat, TV, etc., etc. So in tomorrow's class, what we are going to do is that we're going to annotate some few images, and we're going to use CNN to train it in the VS Code environment, and we're going to use some little number of epochs to train it. So I just want to show us how to do some training. After getting the annotation, so you use the annotation to create a bounding box on the image, and after doing that, the next thing that we're going to do is that annotation that we used the annotation to create, we are going to now use the annotation as the class for the architecture, which we are going to use CNN. Going to feed the annotated image, and we are going to feed the annotation itself inside the CNN architecture for it to use to train itself. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. And we're also going to look at some other things like annotation, annotating using YOLO V7, YOLO V8, YOLO V4, and so on and so forth like that. There are other things like that. I'm going to talk about license plate detection, bottle object detection, that's bottle detection, and some other things. So basically, I just wanted us to see how to use a labeling tool, which this is the easiest one to actually use, and whereby we want to. There are some other ones that we can use. There's this one called RoboFlow. So RoboFlow can also be used as an annotation tool. So let me show us. Something called RoboFlow. So um, I think we can all see my screen. So RoboFlow can be used. So when you enter inside the RoboFlow, yeah, so it's going to ask you to sign in. So RoboFlow can be used is used to build and deploy computer vision models. So you can use RoboFlow. So and a lot of companies use it and organizations. So it's something that is very popular. So RoboFlow is very you can see. So an example is this. You can see what RoboFlow is doing. So it's going to you are going to annotate and it's going to be able to predict that this is a person. You can see my screen. So this is showing. You can see bounding boxes. You can see bounding boxes here. So these are instances of what you can see. This is in a supermarket. So that's also we can try to sign in. So we click on sign in. So you can create an account. So I'm going to wait for you to sign in. So basically, what has to do with annotation is that it depends on the particular type of project you want to do. So annotation is very good and very important when it comes to computer vision projects. So I'm going to click on continue with Google. So you can continue with GitHub. You can see what I'm saying with GitHub. So so you must have a GitHub account. So I'm going to continue with Google. So it's going to okay. So let's just click on this one.
So if we continue with GitHub, is it going to send all our information or anything we do into GitHub?
Yes, if with GitHub account, there's a way you can do that. That it's actually saves there. So RoboFlow is very. What
But
is it?
anything we do on RoboFlow, is it going to go into GitHub profile?
No. There's a way you can actually do that. It's inside RoboFlow itself. So you can link whatever you do. You can link it to GitHub from there. So I'm going to show us some. So that's why I said we need to know how to have GitHub accounts because it actually makes someone's work easier. You can, if your system crashes or you want to keep track with the progress of your work or whatever you have done, maybe 2 days ago, 3 days ago, you can go back and check exactly what you did. So the way you did it, so you're just going to keep those instances there like that. So it's trying to load. So just going to wait for it to load. So there are still other ones. There's another one called CVAT. So that one is very, very efficient. CVAT is very, very efficient. It's only basically for is used for annotation and it's very, very efficient. When I mean efficient, but it is very complex to install and it's very hard to use. Very hard. So I do use it, but it's very, very hard. So when I mean hard, well, not that hard, but the install if I want to teach you how to install it, the day I was installing it, well, I don't know if you have heard about Docker before. Docker. How many of us have heard about Docker before? So we heard about Docker, a containerizer application can be used to create and deploy models. Have you heard about it before? Docker.
Yes. Yes.
There's only one person that's heard about Docker before. And we call ourselves data scientists. God, I beg. Even as a data analyst, you need to be even be using. I, in short, if you're a business intelligence analyst, you need Docker because there are some dashboards, there are some solutions that you want to actually, show in real time, whereby you have to, use a container to deploy the solution. Trying to do or host animals to let's say dependencies, issues, or conflict when it comes to installation. So unlike there are some things I want annotation to CVAT Docker because it is a heavy file itself, very, very heavy. So I'm going to just show us CVAT. You can see, and so on and so forth. You can see saying computer vision annotation tool, which is for short CVAT. So it says CVAT is an interactive of functionalities and efficiency. Makes much more sense. So, but the thing the reason why I came here is that if you don't want to use CVAT online, for example, sensitive example, medical data. So, and let us now say there are now policies or restrictions that has to do with research than, let's say, an organization or a company or because there are some data that are sensitive like that. So those type of data, what we need to annotate them is we have to annotate them within our system. We need to carry those data online since they are sensitive. So that's the essence of installing CVAT locally on your system. So that's why we need to install. We want to install it locally. We first of all have to install what they call Docker. So, and installing that Docker, inside the Docker, we'll now install CVAT inside a container. I'm going to create a container and install CVAT there. But that one is another thing. So, the annotation format for CVAT, it can be used for images, for video. There's something called Datumaro. Datumaro also is a annotation tool as well. So, and it also has Pascal VOC, another format. It has YOLO format, MS Coco object detection, MS Coco key point detection. It has a lot of this. So, and it can be used for deep learning serverless functions for automatic labeling. So it can be used like that. So it has YOLO V7, V3, even it has YOLO V8 embedded in it. You can export it as you can use YOLO V8. So and so on and so forth like that. So now for the CVAT online, so you just click on CVAT www.cvat.ai. So this is going to show us this. I'm still waiting for this. I don't know why this is taking time for the RoboFlow. So you can see this. So you can
We
see
cannot see your screen here. You can't see your screen here, please.
that
Also,
is
Mr.
from
Ayo
your end,
Ajayi,
sir.
Ayo Ajayi has raised his hand up for the past few minutes for questions. Ayo
Okay, can you
Ajayi,
see my screen now?
Thank you, sir.
I cannot see your
Uh,
screen
Okay.
there.
Are you seeing it
the
now? My screen is showing.
Oh, I cannot see your screen. Maybe from my hand here, and I'm the one
It's from your
recording.
end. It's the network.
Okay, let me see what I can do. Okay, though normal lecture has ended, we are only trying to
okay,
have
thank you very much. But my
okay
question is, some of these
question.
tools you
I'm
just
hearing you, sir.
can you hear me? Okay, some of these tools you just mentioned is there any one that can be downloaded by just clicking and download it right away instead of going through the route of having to going through the route of the command line? Is there
No,
any
sir.
tool, any similar to
No.
that is available as an app where you can go and click
Yes,
and download and
actually,
install in your system?
let me see. I mean, I don't do apps actually. Basically, this one here is CVAT app here. So
Okay,
if you look at it, app.cvat.ai. So
okay,
I don't use app basically. So now this is it. Actually, I've used it before. So this app. So you don't just need to stress yourself. I can continue with Google or continue with GitHub or whatever it is. So I'll just use this to log in. So let me say continue. So this way, just the way it is opening like this, is just the same way if you install it locally on your system. So you can
okay,
see this is just it. So basically, I have it this way. So I can click on projects. So I
okay.
click on task, jobs, cloud storage, and models. But basically,
I cannot see your
if I
screen.
want to,
Maybe you should log out or log in, or maybe you should stop your screen and try to log again. Your screen does
is
not show
from your
here,
hand, sir.
and I'm the one recording, so I need to see your screen as well. Maybe you can refresh your screen or stop the screen and share the screen again so that I can see what you are displaying on the screen there.
Are you seeing my screen now, sir?
Well, I cannot see it anyway, but anyway, continue. So you're just explaining the last part, no problem.
Is everyone else seeing my screen?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
seeing your screen.
Yes, I
Yes, we
can
can
see
see
your
your
screen.
screen.
I'm
I
seeing
think it's
it.
from the side of Dr. T.
Sir, you are the one that needs to actually, I don't know, you have to refresh your page. So now uh, I can create new projects. Now this CVAT is an app. I can create new project. For example, let me create new project. I'll create a new project, create a new project. So if I want to create a new project, I'll come here. I'll just have to put the name of the project. I can say labeling. So then I click on, if I want to add labels, I can add labels. Maybe let me say labels. For example, um, let me say people. Let me just put people basically. So let me just click continue. So I click on continue. Sorry. Okay. Let me use label. So it's going to show if the name is available. So okay, don't worry. Let me just save and continue. So project has been created. So it has been created. And let me now go back to project. So if I go back to project, you can see this was the name I used to create it. So I can click on it. So it's going to open it. So the thing there is this is that I can try as much as possible to edit it. I can edit, yeah. If I want to edit the project, I can do whatever it is I want to do. So, but there's no image for me to work on. So basically, if I want to create a new task, I can create a new task here by saying label, and I can come here and bring um, files from my computer. So if I want to, I can click on this area to have access to images on my computer. So I click on the label IMG test image that has those people there. So I can, I already brought it, submit. I'll click on submit and so I click on submit and continue. So it's not coming, please. It's going to come here. Saying Sivat is uploading task data to server. So it said it has been created. Then I can now go back to the task here. So I can say open. I click on open. So this is the task here. So if I want to do anything, for example, okay, let us say, let me go to jobs. Okay, I have to go to jobs. Yeah, sure. It is in jobs that I can annotate. So I can click on it. So now this is the ID for the CVAT. So we want to use CVAT. So this is CVAT. So you can see that this is somewhat different from the label IMG. What we did here. So the interface looks much more similar, but not entirely similar. So you can move from one image to another if you want to move here, if you want to save and do blah blah blah. So now if I want to create a rectangular bounding box, you can say people if I want to it to be by 2 points or by 4 points.
Our advice we
Uh,
do this tomorrow because I'm no more recording any longer. The recording is still there, but I do not see your screen, and that is most important to see the screen and get the screen recorded. So this is a real practical
oh
thing.
God, oh God, oh God, oh
So
God,
and
oh
if I
God.
leave, if I leave now, that means the whole class will leave. That's just the meaning because I'm the one that generated the link for you to join.
But some of us can see his Ayobami's screen.
Okay, all right, you can continue. Since you have already ended the lecture, you are only asking questions, right?
No, I'll ask you a question. I'm showing them some other tools apart from Label IMG. We're talking about RoboFlow, talking about CVAT.
Continue the
So I
recording.
can
It is not being recorded, you said.
The recording
so
does not show
this
here.
I
I'm
can
recording,
create
right?
shape.
But does not show. What you are doing is not showing here. So that means I need to go out and come in again. So
Do you see this now?
I
So
need to pause. I need to pause this.
Oh,
is
which one
it
is better?
is it the Label IMG that you're comparing with CVAT now?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, CVAT is
We
much more
see better.
CVAT is much more powerful and more efficient
Okay.
than Label IMG.
So,
Actually, twice
okay.
on the
Okay.
web. That's it. If you want it on your system, you have to go to the stress of going to the command line. So which I
Okay.
did.
Exactly.
What that was what made me upgraded my system because I had to upgrade my system to 16 gig RAM. Because if you are not if you want 16 gig RAM, don't even
Okay.
think of installing Docker on your system. You have 16 gig RAM. If you have 16 gig RAM, there will be even after I upgraded my RAM, it was using 8 gig RAM.
Hmm.
Only Docker was using 8 gig RAM. It's
Okay.
just like a virtual environment on its own.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just so 8 gig RAM. So and 8 gig RAM, my other system is using, my own system is using. So that was the way I had to share it. I had to go and
Okay.
upgrade. Aha. So,
All right.
but if you can't do that, you just use the app, the web version, and it's
Okay.
efficient and it's okay. But the same thing when you are done installing it on your system using installing inside Docker, the
Hmm.
same way it functions inside the web is the same way it functions
Okay.
there also as well. It's the
Okay. All
same
right.
thing.
That's what I want to
Yes.
get. If you can actually
So the
get the
same
same
thing.
functionality, I think it's better for
Yes,
to go
the
through
same
the
thing.
the one online, the web version of it.
But the online, right?
Yeah, online.
Okay, but in this case, sir, let me now give you an instance. If I tell you now, if I give you a contract now, sir, and
Yeah.
I tell you that please, I don't want my data to leak. I don't want it online. What are
Okay.
you going to do, sir? What are you going to
Oh,
do in that case?
I have to use the other version on the system. I have to
Exactly. So you have
download
to make
the
sure
other
you
one.
put it on the system. Yes.
Okay.
You have to
Okay.
manually install it on your system. So that's what I'm saying,
Okay.
that there's manual installation on the system
Okay.
itself,
Okay.
other than the web. Because anything you do on the web is always on the web. It will be on
Yes.
their server. It will be
Exactly.
stored there. So and the
Mm.
data is sensitive, so we don't want it to be stored. So we want
Okay.
it will be still kept secret or so whereby it doesn't no third party, just only
Okay.
between you and the person that give you the data. So
All right.
that's just it. And in the case of
Thank.
what do they call it again? Let's say trial experiment, all these trial experiments whereby there are some data that are classified data that mustn't leak.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you are doing such thing. You can't use online stuff. It has to be on
Okay.
your PC.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
That's all.
Okay.
Another question. You have not even gotten to the. This is just still warm up. How I wish we can just do this class for like 5 hours or 6 hours stretch. We have covered a lot of things apart from the annotation tool. There are a lot of annotation tools though, but the CVAT is still one of the most efficient, so far. And apart from that one, we still have some other ones like apart from the label IMG, RoboFlow is also good as well. RoboFlow is good. So we have the Damaturo, yes, so RoboFlow, Damaturo, CVAT, Label IMG. So the ones I've used basically is CVAT, Label IMG, RoboFlow. Those are the three because they are very okay to use and they are straightforward, so it doesn't stress someone. That's just it. Do we still have any question? Do we still have a question?
I don't think there's another question.
Do we still have any question, please?
I think there's no more question.
Did you miss any part in this the recording? Is everything recorded? We will be able to reproduce it by watching the video. So when we get the video, so if there's anything that we
Actually,
need, so that we can discuss now, how we get it.
if there's anything we need at all, it's just to make sure we have that label IMG on our system because tomorrow maybe I might actually talk about RoboFlow and that CVAT. I'll show us how to use it because I'm trying to show us how to use it, and because Dr. Tim is having issue with the recording, so there's nothing we can do. We just have to stop. So it won't be like those that did not attend. I did not have access to it. So that would be very that would not be good. So that's just the issue now.
Okay, thank you.
That's just the issue.